Wella, how are you? Today we are into the story of Isak topping Arsenal's transfer list of the centre forwards. One will ask, Rokani, how has it turned from Vlahovic, Ivan Toney, Gyökeres, Zikezi? Because I did the story yesterday that Arsenal is going to have to present a 5-year deal to Alexander Isak. I think I had taken long without doing a story about Alexander Isak, but I tell you, Alexander Isak has been in the news ever since the commencement for the month of for the month of April, and it's now 2 months when Isak is really in talks. Alexander Isak is in the news to obviously cross to Arsenal, and looks like Arsenal have gonna have to make a very huge investment to obviously get in a player who can obviously come in through to really help or compete with Gabriel Jesus as the number 9 of this club. I know the list is endless, but I would like to let you know that all we do here is to bring you news. You get? All we do here is to bring you news. And very soon I'll bring you what Fabrizio Romano had to say about Alexander Isak with the links of him to the side of Arsenal. We're having Jude Bellingham going to the Champions League final. What does it mean to Borussia Dortmund, a team that is going to be playing into the finale? And lastly, we are going to have a talk about Carl Palmer nominated for the player of the Premier League and the best young player of the Premier League season of 2023-2024. I'm going to let you know what it has gone ahead to obviously make into his career as a player. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Tomorrow morning, all you will get is the match preview, Arsenal versus Man United, and then the combined 11 and the discussions that we're going to be having from different aspects of life, what pundits have to say. I tell you, we are going to be having a busy Friday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. Even after the game, a lot of talk will really emerge, So let's delve into these stories and see what it means. Have you got ahead to be nominated in the list of the best players of the Premier League season? Alexander Isak is now at the top of Arsenal's list of strikers for this summer, as Mikel Arteta is now determined to buy the striker who will complete his team. So this is Miguel Delaney coming in through from The Independent, the chief football writer. And I tell you, there is no smoke without fire. I've always told people, no smoke without fire. If Arsenal is looking in for a striker and you hear them being linked to Alexander Isak, you really know what exactly it means in a moment like this. Arsenal will always put in a very huge shift to go in for the best players in the league, and they've shown us that they can spend huge. If you've heard Arsenal being linked to players like 1. Gyökeres, Santiago, Zikezi, right? The other one is Monreal. There is Benjamin Šeško, right? There is Ferguson of Brighton. What do all those players have in common? All those players are centre forwards. Now, are you surprised if I told you here that Arsenal have made Alexander Isak the top target or priority for them to sign? No. And why should Arsenal go in for this guy? Because he is one of the best strikers in the world, in the Premier League. He has 20 goals, When you look at the list of the top scorers of the Premier League this season, let's check it out and see who tops it. Obviously, it's Erling Haaland, English Premier League top scorers 2024. So, when you look at their list, let me go to the Premier League, because the Premier League is really having a very huge updated version, right? When you go to the Premier League, they'll bring you these players and they'll tell you stats. The goal scorers, they are having Erling Haaland with 25, Carl Palmer with 21, Alexander Isak, a man we are talking about here, is having 20 goals this season. So if you hear about him and what is being talked about him, you obviously get to know that he's really a very good lad that Arsenal should get in to do the job. He has a skill set, and I always relate to the game of Bayern Munich. I tell you always that Arsenal needed press-resistant players to really unpack, that side of to unpack that bus of Bayern Munich. And I think what makes Alexander Isak special is that out of those strikers that Arsenal is being linked to, if you want that press-resistant striker who can act well in tight spaces, is the guy. He's the guy. Even if there are very many players down there, he can skip past them. He can pull out a moment of brilliancy. He has an assist with him. His involvement player linker play is really great. Plays well with his back and face to goal. That is the guy that you need to get. His football intelligence is really well great than in there for you, and he understands the assignment. And I think I can stamp his authority into that side of Arsenal. There is something I wrote here that I felt like I should be talking or really reading through it and really show you what makes this guy a very special guy when it comes to obviously doing the needful, in what makes him a special guy. And where did I write it? Where did I put it? So when I wrote about the attributes of this guy, he's flawless. We know that. And his class is oozing. That is Alexander Isak for you. When you talk about his calm and courageous in possession, that is one of the attributes that he'll never fail to obviously orchestrate to the field of play. And his exceptional turn of pace, he's really unmatched. He's fast, he's tall, and his physical levels have gonna hit to be proved into the Premier League. When you look at his ball progression, dribble progression, press resistance, passing range, footwork, this guy is one of a kind that you need to obviously come in through and really give him his flowers. And I think if Arsenal gets this man in, I tell you what, they're gonna be one of the teams that are really gonna be deadly. You are getting in a 20-goal striker. I know that they have people that can score 20 goals if at all they keep fit. For example, I tell you, Kai Havertz, if he's made the main man of Arsenal to lead the line next season, he'll score 20 goals, because when he sank into the team very well, you saw what he has gone to offer to the club of Arsenal. What does that mean? It means that get him in, and after getting him in, start a season very well with him, he will score goals, because he now has the team chemistry all sunk in him. You get? Even Gabriel Jesus last season scored 11 goals, but he was almost out for like a third of the season, meaning that all those goals that you saw Nketiah score last season in his absence would have gone ahead to be his. So they have those players. But where I agree with everyone who talks in Arsenal getting into number 9, especially of the caliber of Alexander Isak or Benjamin Šeško, is how they really rule out big games. Alexander Isak has proven himself that he can score against a big team. I've seen him score against Man United. I've seen him score against Arsenal. I've seen him score against Liverpool, Man City, name it. And he balances it very well that he can score against small teams and big teams. That is the box he ticks. He ticks for me. He ticks that box. You need that striker that if a game of like Bayern Munich is tied, he's going to risk himself all out to say, all right, now the team can no longer really do the needful. Let me get this ball and commit myself and pull out a moment of magic. Gabriel Jesus is a wonderful guy doing that, but the problem is he's ever injured. He uses a lot of energy, and that knee being his pivot of his runs will never allow him to obviously be the same again. You get? And we have to accept it. As much as I love Gabriel Jesus, I accepted that maybe he will never be the same player again ever since he got that knee, because he even went ahead to get a second surgery this season of that knee. Then for Alexander Isak, he's just that kind of player that will give you everything that you would love from your number 9. By the way, I love Alexander Isak, and you tell me Alexander Isak over Gabriel Jesus, on any day I take Alexander Isak. And amongst all those, there are two strikers that Arsenal are really linked to that I feel like they are the vibe. To me, Alexander Isak and Benjamin Šeško, those two are really deadly because they give you exactly what Gabriel Jesus gives you, and they are clinical and they are fit. They are not injury-prone players, but Gabriel Jesus has gone here to turn out to be an injury-prone player. So that is it for Alexandra Isak. I brought you a story about Zirkzee yesterday. I understand it has gone here to blow many of you out of your minds about this story I'm bringing through. As I tell you, this is the summer transfer season, and news is going to really blot. Arsenal is going to be linked to like 10 strikers, but we'll get to know who is the priority very soon. I'm waiting for Sammy McBell, Fabrizio Romano, Martilos, and David Austin. If any of those four comes out and really tell us that Arsenal is taking in Isak as their priority signing, I'll come here and tell you that Arsenal is not going to look at any other striker unless otherwise Newcastle says no to the selling of this guy. He will obviously do the needful into the mix. So that is it for the side of this guy, but Arsenal is still linked to very many other strikers. We just can't wait to see who is really going to be making it to the side of Arsenal. But Alexandra Isak, his efforts have gone here to be appreciated, and he has also gone here to be included into the team or the player for the season, or for the Premier League season of 2023-2024 by the Premier League. Though he has no chance of really winning it, but it cements the urge of Arsenal wanting to sign him because he is a very good player, right? We all admit he's a very, very good player. Now, let's go a little bit to Germany. Let's go to Germany and Madrid. Yesterday, Real Madrid controversially knocked out Bayern Munich. It's still raising dust depending on which side you are on, but for me as a person who really felt like Real Madrid should go through for us to have a very big final, I think it is Real Madrid Borussia Dortmund will make better sense. That is it, because for Borussia Dortmund and Bayern, I don't think that it would make more sense when it comes to really giving Bayern that competitive edge. When I look at Bayern Munich, looks like every time they find them, they boss them, especially in tournaments like this. So I want to see Borussia Dortmund play another side, not Bayern Munich, and it's going to be for me one of the finals you always want to watch because Borussia Dortmund has some good players, and then Real Madrid has some good players. Then one will say we saw a final before a final. Yeah, you are right. But with Real Madrid going to the final, there is something huge that Borussia Dortmund has gone ahead to get in, and the build have told us that if Jude Bellingham makes the All-Stars team of the Champions League season, Borussia Dortmund will receive a further 2 million euros in add-ons. So they bought in this guy at like 130 million euros, but I think the guaranteed fee was like 100 million euros. The 30 is coming in through as add-ons, and I think the goals, the add-ons are really going to go there because the guy has 20 goals plus this season, winning the trophy of the La Liga. Obviously, you understand its impact in there for you, and into the Champions League final. Every time he took Real Madrid from the group stages to the round of 16, Dortmund got in money. Then they are getting in money each and every time he took them to the quarterfinals, semis, and now into the final. Obviously, they are really ripping big from his sale, and that's what modern selling of players is. And I think for Borussia Dortmund, they are still getting in huge money from this guy, and that's why I told everyone who was watching me at the United Matters channel that I would love to see Jadon Sancho being sold outside. And if I told you Borussia Dortmund, Sancho being 24 years of age, still has 2 years to his prime, get him in, he can make you money like Jude Bellingham. You sell him at the age of what's Sancho's age? So you sell him at the age of 26, after giving you 2 good seasons. You can sell him to Real Madrid or Barcelona or what, and you could be having the same same conditions or clauses into the contract that will obviously gift you money, like you've gonna hate to get in money from this guy. So for me, I'm just excited for that, and let's wait and see how that really pans out. But it's really looking good for the side of Borussia Dortmund because they're really getting in money. And for Jude Bellingham, congratulations to play his former team in the Champions League final. Let's go to Chelsea as we cap this to an end. Carl Palmer joins the likes of Eden Hazard, Thiago Silva, and Willian as players who have won both the player and player of the season award in the same season. Obviously, he deserves 21 goals in the Premier League, 11 assists as a player. He's really moving swift and settling in like he has been here at Chelsea. He has gone ahead to really command himself as one of those people that will obviously be remembered as a youngster who came in through from Man City, having gone ahead to be denied enough playing time, and he came in here and he got given what he was missing. And it's always good to obviously shun a club like Man City and tell them, please, I want to leave, and then you go to the other side and really prove that you are worth playing with the team of Man City. I tell you, I think Pep Guardiola is regretting as to why he really sold that player, because this summer, they might spend close to 60 or 70 million pounds to sign a player that plays on the right attacking side of the midfield with the left foot, where Carl Palmer is really thriving. I just can't imagine to see Carl Palmer and Phil Foden really put out their combinations in there for you. So I get excited every time I really see these youngsters, and they're really one of those that you obviously come in through and really look at every time and understand what they're really going in through. So for me, for him to be voted as Chelsea's player of the year and the player of the year for the club is really a no-brainer. Who could stand in his way? I tell you, no one, because he has proven that he's really one of those players that has put in a shift in there for you. So guys, I call upon for your reactions in the comment section below about Isak topping Arsenal's transfer list for the strikers. What do you make about it? Do you want Isak? Do you want Gyökeres? Who do you want? Do you want Zirkzee? Do you want Morayel? Do you want Santiago? Do you want Zirkzee? Who do you want to come in through to be Arsenal's number 9 next season? Then, what do you make about Jude Bellingham still making in cash for Borussia Dortmund? And lastly, what do you make about Carl Palmer being voted player of the year and the player of the year for the side of Chelsea? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I think third video of the day. We're having 2 more coming. That's why we have to keep it Rokani Media Football. And this is the football news show. We are left with are they 20 subscribers to hit 22,000? And I know by tomorrow morning would have gone ahead to hit that mark in a nick of an eye. So guys, thank you very much. This is Rokani David, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Thank you for obviously coming in through. I love you all, and it's been a very great day for me and you, and hope you guys are really ready for more and more stories. Granit Xhaka is coming in later as he has gone ahead to find himself crowned again into the final, and they might win another title, and they are still unbeaten in their show. Bye bye.